Yeah, 2025 sucked. I mean, it was a nightmare of a year. But let's end of the year on a positive note, and go through what I think are the top 10 most inspiring moments of the resistance of 2025. You ready? All right. At number 10 is the response to Elon Musk. Yeah, Elon came in with his chainsaw, came into Doge and slashed jobs and slashed aid and will be responsible for the death of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people around the world. Elon Musk is a mass murderer. But the response was pretty swift. People showed up protesting in front of Tesla dealerships, just continually out in the streets protesting Doge, marching, outing him as the terrible person that he is, and essentially drove him out of DC. I mean, that was beautiful. At number 9, the music of Jesse Wells. Jesse Wells is our Dylan. Jesse Wells is providing the soundtrack to this resistance. His music is so on point. Red, Join Ice, the No King song, the song that he just dropped today that is so perfect. We need this music. This is one of the things I'm looking forward to in 2026 is more great music from Jesse Wells. At number 8, let's give a shout out to the Epstein Files. The Epstein Files have created this wedge in the Republican Party and drove a lot of MAGA people out of MAGA, including Marjorie Taylor Greene. You know, Trump ran on releasing the Epstein Files and getting into the deep state and all that. And we find out he's in the Epstein Files and he is the deep state. So finding justice for those victims and keeping this on the front burner with a president who, if he's not a pedophile, he's protecting pedophiles, is really going to help to sink the Trump administration. So good job, resistance, on keeping that on the front burner. Number 7, this is a big one. Number 7 are the ICE protests, are the protests in communities across the country from Chicago to Milwaukee to Memphis to Los Angeles, here in Portland. People came out with their ICE whistles made by their 3D printers to warn their neighbors. People came out sometimes at great risk, getting in front of these Gestapo goons that are armed with their weapons to protect their neighbors. That energy, that commitment, that willingness to sacrifice your own personal safety for your neighbors is hugely inspiring and will drive us forward in the new year as we rage against this fascist machine. Number 6, I got to give a shout out to all the social media content creators. You know, the mainstream media is dead. CBS, CNN, they've all been bought off. We can't rely on, some Walter Cronkite to tell us what's going on. So this subculture of content creators on social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube have really filled the void. And there's been so many great voices out there. Follow your favorite people to find out what's happening. You get the news, you get the analysis, you get the strategy, and you're really finding out what's happening in this country. And that's the news network of the resistance. So they're at number 6. All right. For the top 5, you're going to have to tune in tomorrow. But let me give one extra bonus that I don't have on the list, which is the ex-MAGA movement. There's a whole bunch of people that voted for Trump that realized that they were conned, that they were hoodwinked, and are now speaking out. And we need those people. We need those people dearly because they're going to help turn this shift. So special end of the year shout out to all the ex-MAGA people who have seen the light. We need you, and welcome to the resistance. All right. See you tomorrow.